The lifting of the Title 42 public health order does not mean our border is open. In fact, it is the contrary. Our use of our immigration enforcement authorities under Title 8 of the United States Code means tougher consequences for people who cross the border illegally.
Hi, folks. Once again, George Rodriguez, El Conservador, talking to you from San Antonio. We're at the Migrant Center here in San Antonio. And this Migrant Center was initially set up about a year ago for a capacity of about 200 to process about 200 migrants. However, today, which is Wednesday, May 11th, one day before the lifting of Title 42, the capacity or the number of migrants that are here is well over 1,000. And we've got people that are sleeping outside. We've got people that are inside. I was told that on Sunday, the air conditioning system went out and people were all over the place. And there were over 1,000 people here at the center at that point. My friends, what we see here is an absolute disaster, a disaster created by liberals and their policies regarding immigration. We are seeing tons and tons of young single men here at the center that have crossed the border, and we've got to ask ourselves, what is going on? Let me tell you the difference between these folks, the way the government is looking at these folks, and the way the government looks at single young men in citizens. We have seen the federal government classify citizens who are young single men as intel-cell, involuntary celibates, as they call them, and they are classified as dangerous. That somehow these folks are more prone to violence, to extremism, to terrorism. On the other hand, that's all we've got here. Now, let me tell you, my friends, from personal experience, the way that MS-13, the most violent Salvadoran gang, in fact, one of the most violent gangs in the history of the world got started, was because young men were coming to the United States, fleeing the civil war in El Salvador, and landing in places like Los Angeles, Houston, and Washington, D.C. And from that, those young men who had nothing to do, who were here by themselves, began developing their gangs. They just gravitated to whatever people or organization they felt comfortable with. And since they didn't have any vocation, since they didn't have any training, any families to give them direction, they moved towards crime. My friends, we are seeing thousands of these young men here. We are seeing them crossing the border. My understanding from today's comments from friends is that there's over 700,000 people, not just young men, but people on the other side of the border waiting for tomorrow so that they can come across. This is a potential disaster, my friends. And this here, we are facilitating. Our federal government, our local governments are all participating and facilitating this situation. It must be addressed by the citizens. We cannot do this. We are losing our country. We're going to lose our country. We're going to create more violence and crime than we already have. Imagine, my friends, the three things: defunding the police, an open border, and then a government that classifies as citizens as being more dangerous than foreign nationals who we have no knowledge as to who they are. Once again, George Rodriguez, El Conservador, talking to you from San Antonio. Thank you.